Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be discussing Esme Ingham. Yes, I know it's a sensitive topic, but it has to be done, and it's not to hate on her, obviously. But before we get into the video, please take a look at this. I'd just like to say thank you all so much for the support that you've shown on my recent drive for new members. If you would also like to become a channel member, please click the link in the description box below. There's lots of stuff going on here. We have videos, and we have posts, and we have just exclusive information. It's all fun and games, but most of all, it helps me grow my channel and survive on this meager wage that YouTube give me. Thank you all so much. Back to the video. Right, before we get into the rest of this video, I would like to preface this by saying that none of this is my doing, right? None of this would be possible without Sarah and Chris allowing this to happen, right? I feel like if I talk about a 14-year-old's Instagram, that's wrong, right? And I feel like that is wrong, but it still needs to be talked about because it's online for the public's consumption, and that is the main issue, that it's for the public's consumption when it shouldn't be, right? If she wants to have an Instagram account, have an Instagram account, but it needs to be private. But if it was private, they couldn't make any money from it. You know, it's that sort of thing that's kind of grates on me. So what's happened here is that Esme's put up a post which says that she has seen a fake account on, I think it's TikTok. It's a fake TikTok account, but purporting to be her, like impersonating her, which she doesn't like. Obviously, you know, it's wrong. You shouldn't be impersonating other people. But then again, there are like thousands of other Esme Ingham accounts online right now, and she doesn't seem to have a problem with that because, you know, they are supporting her, and you know, you wouldn't want to have all these fake accounts running around, would you? Anyway, so she's not happy with that. It's got a bit of traction as well, a couple of thousand followers on there.
A fake account, guys. Right. Nothing annoys me that when people do this. You are using me to get money, which is just flat out wrong. This person is going into their comments and replying to people saying things that I wouldn't ever say, for one. It's just rude, okay? Anyway, last time I did one of these and I shared it on my Instagram, they gained about 50k followers, which is wrong. Don't go follow her, go report her.
Okay, so this is Esme complaining about this fake account, right? And I know what you're all thinking, but I'm going to say something completely different, right? I'm going to say that if this is an issue, which obviously it is, you don't want anybody pretending to be you and actually taking your followers. I kind of get where she's coming from there. But they're also impersonating her, pretending to be her, and answering people as if they were her. You know, that's obviously an issue. But if it is an issue, it should be her parents who are addressing this and sorting it out. It shouldn't be up to her to come on Instagram and have a rant at people, you know, because it does not come across very well, right? That's what I'm trying to say. It needs to be her parents who are dealing with it, because her parents are, firstly, allowing her to be on a public account, secondly, are supposed to be running the account in, you know, for her. So it needs to be Chris and Sarah dealing with this situation, not her on her own. She's a 14-year-old child. She shouldn't be dealing with this at all. She shouldn't want to deal with it. She shouldn't have to deal with it. Chris and Sarah should be dealing with it, but they're not. What are you doing, Chris? What exactly are you doing whilst your 14-year-old child is going on, you know, on Instagram and ranting at people making fake accounts of themselves. Now, if it was meant, I'm sure if most people had a child and they found out that another person was actively impersonating your child, taking your child's pictures, uploading them as their own, and then just pretending that they are their child, that person would take them off the internet. They wouldn't just say, oh, Esme, go and make a little post, let people know about it. No, they wouldn't do that because that's fucking stupid. It is. I'm sorry, Chris, but that is moronic, right? Absolutely moronic. Sort it out. Sort out people who are making fake accounts of your daughter. Bloody hell, be a parent for once in your godforsaken lives. Honestly, step up and sort it out yourselves. It's not Esme's responsibility, right? Speaking of Esme, though, whilst I'm defending her on this particular point, there was a couple of posts that went up on Instagram, and I think, Chris, you also need to sort this out as well, because it is ridiculous and it's just horrible. Patently horrible. I'm sorry. I don't want to speak bad of any child, but it's horrible that you are allowing your child to go on Instagram and talk to other people like this. So Esme uploaded an Instagram post, and it was of her and Isla, and they both had drawn on eyebrows, right, including onto Isla. And this person came on the post and said, hey, I'm not trying to be rude, but just giving some advice as someone with a little brow hair, which is really light. A tinted brow gel with a clear brow setter is a really good instead of drawing your brows on and then making them look unnatural. Now, this person sounds to me, this person sounds very genuine, right? Just trying to give actual advice, just trying to help Esme, and give her advice. I've checked out the profile of this person. Seems like a genuine person, IFAM, like a teen girl sort of thing, right? Sounds normal, IFAM, right? So there's absolutely nothing wrong with this post whatsoever in the slightest. However, Esme came back with, I'm good, thanks, and a thumbs up emoji. So that comes across as exceptionally horrible, actually. It was like very sarcastic, and it... To me, there was no need for it whatsoever, right? There was nothing wrong with that original post that said that they were being nasty to Esme whatsoever, not even in the slightest. And yet Esme comes back with this, and this is how Chris and Sarah have taught them. This is Chris all over. This is absolutely Chris, and this is why I know that Chris won't do anything about this. He won't say to Esme, you can't do that, you can't reply to people like that, because he does reply to people like that, and he sees nothing wrong with it, and he'll see nothing wrong with his 14-year-old daughter doing the same thing, even though it's wrong. Even if Chris thinks it's right, there's no way a 14-year-old child should be speaking to another person like that at all. But if you look at the context of what she's replying to, there's no excuse for it whatsoever. And yet Chris and Sarah allow her to do that, and I find that unbelievable. Now you can see the authenticity of this person who replied immediately with, how is your mum? Because it feels like she was quite sort of taken aback by the reply and wanted to just kind of change the subject and started asking about her mum, which is a nice thing to do. Anybody that asks about somebody else's mum, it's nice, isn't it? But that just goes to show how out of touch Esme was with her reply, to someone who is an actual IFAM, and that is don't forget, these IFAM, again, I'll keep banging on about it, but these IFAM are the ones who have paid for like their lifestyle. The ones, like, if they had no IFAM, Esme and the rest wouldn't have any of this, right? So they should be, their parents should not ground them, but, you know, make them more grounded so that they know like where they've come from and who's made it possible to have their lifestyle. Yes, the kids have worked for it themselves, but if it wasn't for the IFAM, they wouldn't have that money at all. But then other IFAM got involved as well, and this is the thing really, when Esme or someone, they kind of reply in a manner, and then you've got the other IFAM jumping on and laughing about it because they think it's funny, and that's kind of a bullying mentality. You're getting other people to jump on somebody else who's completely innocent in all of this, completely innocent. And all this is going on, and Chris and Sarah are like, da da da, let's have a baby, da da da, like that, you know. It's ridiculous. And then another IFAM chimed in with, like it is, makeup is all just self-expression. And Esme liked that answer. She said, that's correct, never change, going off what people say, everyone's different. So yeah, I mean, like, she's again made a dig there, saying that you can't listen to what everybody else says. But that is just, you know, sort of bullying, ganging up mentality on this poor IFAM who did nothing wrong. And that person actually replied, the original poster, and said, sorry hun, I wasn't trying to be rude, I hope that it didn't sound horrible, I'm so sorry. You know, and does that not make you feel bad? You know, or Chris, Sarah, does that not make you feel bad that poor IFAM are feeling like this because one of your kids have had a go at them publicly? And Esme backtracked a little bit and said, I know, it's okay, and a laughing emoji and a heart emoji, and yeah, but we know how it came across originally, right? It's not okay. It really isn't. And again, it sounds like I'm bashing Esme, and I'm not. I'm really, really not. This random person said, you weren't being rude at all. You were just giving advice. Please don't worry about it anymore. And that's perfectly said. That's perfectly right, because there was nothing, literally nothing in that whole post that suggested that they were being nasty, right? They were not being nasty to Esme, and yet she got jumped on. And that's all Chris and Sarah's doing. It really is. I don't know how they can look at that and think that that's okay, because it's not okay. It really, really is not okay. And that wasn't all that happened on that particular day. Esme put up a main pinned post because apparently she'd had a lot of backlash for what she did to Isla's eyebrows. I don't really see a problem with it. I don't really care, right? It's just eyebrows, right? Anyway, but Esme pinned this post and said, Isla said to me, Ezzy, I will film this reel with you if you draw me some eyebrows. Of course, I said yes, and we know they're not her shade. She just wanted to try, which is fine. It is actually fine. It's fair enough. I just wanted to try some eyebrows and they drew it on. That's fine. I don't really care, right? And then she said, blocking and deleting any more comments about my 11-year-old sister. So, you know, that's a bit... I'll allow you to make up your own minds how you feel about that. But what I would say is that she also has no problem pimping out her 11-year-old sister and bullying her for likes and comments and humiliating her for likes and comments. Everyone remember the infamous dog Instagram reel that she put up, where she got Isla to act like a dog in the shopping centre for likes, clicks and views. Yeah, she did that to her 11-year-old sister. I found that quite nasty, if I'm being honest. And she also, they've publicly said that Isla, how can I put this? Isla has to, Esme bribes Isla into doing things that she wants. So say if Isla wants a sleepover, Esme gets her to do something to reward her for that privilege, right? It's very nasty and very bullying behaviour. Sarah just laughs about it, and they get on with their day because, why not? They're Inghams. Now, Isla doesn't know any better. She thinks that's normal. She doesn't feel bullied, but she will in years to come. She'll remember it and know that she was bullied by her entire family. And that'll be lovely for her to talk through at her therapist. But my point here is that Chris and Sarah are just ignoring everything that goes on online or actively encouraging it. As I said earlier, when Esme's getting impersonated online and Esme's going on and just having a go at people for doing it, it should be Chris and Sarah who are dealing with this. You should deal with it and you should do it yourself, not your 14-year-old child. And if you have a problem with it entirely, take her off social media, take her off. And don't be going like, why should it be us that have to suffer just because other people just can't stop talking, us can't stop doing things? Why should it be us who have to come off social media? I'm not saying that you have to, Chris or Sarah. No, you don't have to come off social media. I'm talking about your children, your kids, the ones that you purport to love and cherish and everything. Yeah, those ones. But yeah, that is all I wanted to say. I know people will be thinking that I'm having a go at a child online, and I'm trying not to. It's hard not to after reading all that, but it's also important to note that this is going on a public platform, in public, for public consumption. They put it out for public consumption. They do not put it out there for only 16 and unders. There's no age limit to viewing that content, right? So they are putting it out there for everybody to watch. And yes, they are putting it out there for the predators to watch as well. So that's also an added bonus, isn't it, Chris? You get your mates involved. But, don't. Anyway, I think I've said my piece, and I hope that you understand. I know that some might not be comfortable commenting about this situation because of the nature of it, so I'm sorry, but that's just my feelings on the matter. Anyway, until next time, please give me a comment if you can, hit that thumbs up button as well, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Until next time, take care of yourselves and bye bye.